Matt. We have to talk about the Angela fight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm here to talk.
So you've gotten a lot of positive response, while Angela's had to deal with a lot of backlash from the Facebook community and whatnot. Do you agree with this backlash, or where do you stand on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of opinions on the situation. And for the most part, all I can say, I can't vice for, what she's going to have to deal with on the outside. But I will say, I don't want to watch anybody bash anybody. Even though I don't necessarily agree with what she did, I don't want to see anybody get their life torn up. And so I stick to what I said. I forgive Angela. I hope everybody can too when she gets out of this and she can still learn and grow from maybe our situation. And I think there's some areas for her to do that. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see anybody's life get ripped up and torn up. So I'm hoping everybody can have grace in the same way that I tried to model when it happened.
So whenever the fight happened on the live feeds, Twitter was going crazy. They were like, "Old school BB's back! Like we're back, baby." How do you think that this compares with the fights that we've seen on Old School Big Brother?
That's a great question. I mean, I think it's probably a little bit lighter, and so, but we're in a different time and we're in a different society and culture, and I think we've taken steps there, so people are going to view things differently. So we've done a lot of work on how to be more inclusive, how to embrace diversity more, and a lot of those things culturally, and overall to take steps on how we love people. So I think there could be just a different standard in terms of what's happening outside of the house and culture and how we view what's most loving. So I think that that could come from a little bit of the separation between old and new. But at the end of the day, it's great TV and I think it's entertaining. But I at the end of the day want to be a loving and gracious man.
Do you think that there's a place for Old School Big Brother to still thrive today in New School Big Brother?
I do. I mean, I think that there is a place, and we might even get to see it this season. We'll see. I feel like tensions are still rising, but at the end of the day, people will respond how they want to respond, and I do think that there's a world where those things connect. But at the end of the day, I think you can prioritize loving people and being gracious and trying to contribute to the solutions in our country and in our world and society and culture. But at the same time, understand the concept that we're playing a game. It's not personal, but those tend to intercross and intertwine. Everybody makes that decision for their own personal selves.
So you did talk a lot about growth in the house and also earlier in this interview.
Uh,
What areas do you think that you can continue to grow based on your experiences in the house?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's still shown a lot on a lot of the egotistical sides of Matt Hardeman that I want to continue to kill, and that's something that I've always been aware of. If people knew my full story, they would know why I respond in at times pride and ego, because a lot of the times in my childhood, I did not have anybody who was in my corner, and I became my own source of encouragement and pride in myself. So I know I've always been struggling against that. I hoped I displayed at the end of the day and the work that I've tried to continually put in there. But at the end of the day, I've got so much room to grow. I'm 25. I'm still going to continue to put in the work like we all do. And that's a journey that I'm thankful for.
So I heard you want to start a podcast. So tell
I
us about.
do. Yeah, Kat, well, I'm going to have to talk to you about it. So essentially what I want to do, I'm hoping to call it the Figuring Out Podcast. I think one thing that I continually found myself saying is I was like, yo, I'm just figuring it out. Like, I don't know, I'm going to have to figure it out. And so for the most part, I want to create a resource that's going to help 20 to 30-year-olds kind of figure out a lot that nobody is talking about and teaching us. Like, no one's teaching us how to date. Nobody's teaching us how to find the right person. Nobody's teaching us how to forgive or how to be gracious or why those things matter. And even if we do get that from a general sense, we don't get the 1, 2, 3 steps on how to actionably apply that to our lives. So I'm hoping to create a resource for 20 and 30-year-olds to take the steps that I had to figure out, unfortunately, the hard way.
So for the rest of the Big Brother season, you're here, you're in it with us. Are you going to be watching the live feeds? How can we keep up with you this season?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm on Twitter, on my
Wait, what's your
Instagram.
Twitter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had to throw in some weird numbers because I had to create it late, but I'm pretty sure if you just look up Matt Hardeman, it should come up sooner or later. It's the same picture as my Instagram. Matt_Hardeman is my Instagram as well. I'm going to be trying to be really active on there. Actually just had a great conversation with Jag from last season about him walking me through how to go live on TikTok and what that experience is like. So I'm
Yes,
excited for
you're
that.
joining the TikTok
So,
lives.
absolutely. So
I have to see you and
I'll try
Drag
to get
battle it out.
absolutely. That's the plan. So All the socials, I'm going to try to be as active as possible on. At the end of the day, I think our season's telling a beautiful story. I'm thankful for the part I had to play, and now on the outside, I will continue to contribute to telling that story.
What your week did go down as one of the most exciting weeks of Big Brother in a long time. So thanks for
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah, huge honor. It just came at the expense of the image of my eyes, but I think, people are like, we'll take it. So yeah, huge honor and honored to play the part in the role that I did.